2014, and a couple of buddy of mine and me chopped a boat. I think the 12 days ended up costing us like 1.6 million or something. And we're on this boat, partying out there. And first night we were there, I go into this club, or not club, restaurant, and Ron Perlman's manager comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Ron Perlman wants to meet you. Is it cool if he comes over?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Like, bring him over." Guy comes over. He's telling me about this movie that he wants to do, and I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he did like Hellboy, Sons of Anarchy. He was like, fucking big actor.
I love Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, dude's legit. And so he's telling me about this movie, and he's like, we got this guy who's going to play the grandfather. I'm going to play the dad, and like it'd be cool if you played the son. And basically, grandfather World War II guy. He would be the Vietnam guy. I'd be the Desert Storm guy. And he's like trying to tell me about this movie. I'm super interested. Every, 20, 30 seconds, somebody would come up and they were asking me for a photo. I'm like, yeah, sure, take the picture. Next guy comes up and interrupts him again. Next guy comes up. I mean, this happened like, I'm not exaggerating, like 20 fucking times. And then finally, like somebody came up and asked him for a picture. And he stands up. He's like, oh, like, who the fuck am I? Like, you want a picture with me? Like, you sure you don't want a picture with this guy? And he was joking, but I could tell, like, he was like a little bit like, what the fuck? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, so I know he was like, what the fuck? Because this is like a, fucking big celebrity. And I'm just like some Instagram dude. And I was just like, wow, man, I'm in a foreign fucking country. Like, I'm in France. And I've got all these fucking people coming up to me asking me for photos. And it was just like really weird and surreal because, I didn't really leave my house that much in the U.S. Like I just like, I lived in L.A. and I lived in Vegas and I would more just like chill in the house. So I didn't really like see too much of this. I mean, we'd go to parties, but like in L.A., like, there's a lot of celebrities and a lot of like big celebrities and stuff. So it's not really like a thing and it's not cool to like go up and ask for photos. So I remember just, being like, wow, this is like a real thing. And then I'd go to the club and like all these, guys were coming over and then it led to, girls coming over and I end up like, I don't know, I think I fucked 14 girls in 12 days and it was just like, it's pretty solid numbers, right? Like, just out of nowhere. And, I got Justin fucking Bieber laid. It's, you know what I mean? Like I'm hanging out with like, celebrities and we're doing, dope shit and we're having a party on our yacht. And like our party was like better than fucking Cavalli's party. And, this is a crazy thing. It was weird. It was all new to me. But that was the trip where, paparazzi was like following us. And it was funny because I remember like we were walking with Bieber and like his level was like fucking crazy. Like his shit was like, like in the movies, like where there's like 50 of these motherfuckers mobbing him and he's, mine was obviously not like that. But it was still to the point where like, fucking people were like swarming us and, taking pictures and it was just a weird thing. And
What's he like, by the way, Bieber?
he was a kid, man. He was a young kid. He, seemed like a, nice guy or whatever, but he's a fucking young kid that has, a bunch of fame and money. And I mean, like, I'm surprised he wasn't like super fucked up,
Yeah.
But anyways, that was the trip that it was, it was like, wow, this is a fucking real thing. And we're in a foreign country and this is getting me laid. And this is, like, it's like, this is not just like an Instagram thing. This is like a fucking, like, I'm actually famous. It was just weird.
Quite surreal.
Yeah.
And it felt overnight sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, I hadn't really like done anything until that trip. And, at the time I only had like a few million followers, like 2.5 million or something, and so it was just like.
It's one thing when you're killing it in your own hometown, but when you just go to France and like everyone fucking wants.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
crazy.
What the fuck, man? Yeah. Like we're not in our country and this is like,
Yeah, when I get recognised in different countries, that's when I'm shocked as well. Like that's
especially
really
in France, like it's hard to
understand your accent. And this is also fucking Cannes, where it's like all the big celebrities.
Yeah. With the bigger yachts and with the bigger lifestyles.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, this is, you got the fucking A-list guys out there, man. So
who were your like closest celebrity? You got any like real good celebrity friends? Because we see you around with these guys quite a lot. I seen like Chris Brown at your parties and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would consider my celebrity friends more acquaintances.
All right, yeah. You don't feed into it too much.
I mean, Aoki, I've known him for like 9 or 10 years, but he works so much. I don't really hang with him a lot. He's working all the time. But, it's celebrity's kind of like a weird thing, man. Like, it's kind of isolating. They always want to go around with entourage, and I don't fucking do the entourage thing. and also they're just I don't know, a little bit like they're really walled up. Everybody's always trying to get something from them.
Have you become more like that since this all popped off?
Yeah, for sure.